Hello and welcome to the House of the Spirit. Welcome home. This reading today is about what is wrapping up in your life right now. So a cycle is closing. So what is that cycle and what is going to happen after, right after you end this period of your life? Okay, so for the first pile we have Aquarius, Sagittarius, Cancer, and Leo. And this is your world card. For the second pile, we have Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Taurus. And your card is the Dancing Shiva, representing the world. For the third pile, we have Libra, Capricorn, Scorpio, and Aries. And this is your world card. Okay, so I will give you a moment for you to choose your pile using your significator card, the deck, your intuition, or your zodiac sign. I will see you in your reading. Pile number 1. So let's see what is a mission that you are completing. What is a cycle that is now closing for you? Let's start with some fairy cards. Okay. And some Kipper. Whoa. Okay. Very quick. Very assertive, the message. Very to the point. So I feel like it's going to be a very quick process, something that you're going through that it's going to go smoothly, I guess. Okay, Guardian at the gate. It's really a huge transition. The Journeyman. Wow, so maybe you are traveling, maybe you're moving, maybe, moving. I think so. Moving, traveling. Rich girl. Main person. I think you're leaving someone behind. This kind of feels like that to me. It feels like you're leaving someone behind. And maybe it's an opportunity, but it seems like it was someone who was kind of haunted. I don't know why. Whenever I see the rich girl, I always think about someone who was apparently in a good place, but has some sort of a haunting. There's something like an unfinished business or something karmic, possibly. So maybe this was a heaviness that wasn't yours to carry. And you're moving on. Practicality. Maybe you were trying to do something with this person that was very practical. Maybe it was a work project or kind of a collaboration maybe. Caution. Mercury in Virgo. And assertion with the sun in Aries. I think you had to stand your ground with this person, and maybe I feel like this person was kind of half in and half out. and maybe you were sorry, you were putting in a lot of work, and it's time to move on from this, because I feel like there was it's like I feel like you had a lot of participation and a lot of power and a lot of purity, a lot of intention. And I think that this person was kind of not not on the same page. You were not on the same page as this person. So I feel like it's just something that you have to move on from. I really think that this is a very practical matter in your life. It's not a very, like, I don't see it like being a very, how do I say, profound spiritual thing. Actually, I think that that inner work was already there, and that's why you are so quick, and so it's so easy for you to make a good decision and to start something new because of this. But it was all a part of your learning process, of course, and it's to establish these boundaries. I think it's also a part of your growth and your assertion. So the affirmation of your personality, the affirmation of who you are, and what you want to do with your life. I think I want to put the cards in a different way, and I want to get some more cards, maybe. Okay, so what else? Page of Cups. Yeah, I feel like there's some sort of, there's a naivety, there's an innocence here. Three of Wands. I feel like it's something that you've already done and seen. It's not I feel like what I'm saying is not at all a surprise for you if this is resonating with your situation. King of Pentacles. It's time for you to establish yourself. Maybe you thought that this person was the way to establish yourself, and it's not. So I think that you are learning a little bit of a lesson in self-reliance, in trusting more in your own resources and going with your own, having your own territory. So it's like this little guy here is moving on in search of his own territory. So his feet is not yet on the ground, but as he is walking, he's establishing that connection to the land, to the territory. So all that you have done has proven very useful, and this is why I also get the rich girl hair on your back, because it's like you're wearing a really nice backpack with a lot of useful experiences and instruments and knowledge and wisdom to impart and to use in your creative process, or in your whatever, in your life, in whatever you want to apply it to relationships. So you have done a great job at using the best of the situation, taking the best parts of that situation with you, putting it into this little bubble and taking it with you towards this, traversing this gate. But it's like this is kind of a product of past decisions that have a lot of depth and that had a profound impact in you. So justice, yeah. So this is about a relationship, I think, that you're now moving on from. It can be a work relationship, it can be a friendship, it can be a collaboration. It doesn't really feel very romantic. It doesn't feel romantic at all. It's very practical, kind of detached in a way. very diplomatic and balanced, but with that need for for establishing boundaries. Two of Cups. Yeah, although we have the Two of Cups, I feel like this specifically is not romantic, although maybe in the past, romantic relationships have taught you so much about what happened in this specific case. So it's like you can apply that wisdom to this situation, although it doesn't really feel very romantic, or it was about to be romantic and it didn't work out because you saw that it was not full-hearted. There wasn't this investment on the other part maybe, and you were very quick to decide something else that is better for you. The Empress. I really feel like you have a lot of potential in yourself, and to working on yourself and on your artistic skills, or in your creative skills, or in any other skill that you have that produces abundance, material abundance, or just, achievement of this sense of achievement, of accomplishment. Whatever makes you feel like that, complete in a way, is, I think, the best route. It's the best way to establish your territory. So what you are now completing is a cycle where you thought you depended more on other people to establish yourself. And in reality, you depend much more on your own inner resources. And actually, if you don't invest so much in others, you will realize that you have more time to invest in your own dynamic, let's say. The Magician. You have the power and the tools and the ability. So much skill here and so much potential. Well, Two of Pentacles. Okay. It's like you can do it all. You think you can't, but you can. You don't really have to choose. And maybe this is the big change here. So you're ending a period where you thought that you had to let go of some things. So you're now realizing which are the things that you can include, because you actually can do much more in a shorter amount of time than you thought. That's very interesting. So, okay, is there any more advice? The Star. So I feel like you have a lot of ideas, and maybe you have a hard time kind of sieving and understanding which are the ones that should be invested in and the ones that aren't as good. And maybe that makes you feel like you're jumping from one idea to another, and it's I feel like you have a lot of this flux. I feel like this flux of ideas, this flux of this flow in my mind, and okay, so I would be interested in maybe understanding a little bit more about these ideas that you're having. Acquisition with the Sun in Taurus. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Devotion, Saturn in Libra. We have just one more. And indecision. Yeah, Mercury in Libra. So I think that you're having a hard time maybe understanding which path to choose. And I think that it will be made clear it's like there's a way opening. Just let me confirm my intuition here. There's a way opening. The Lovers. I thought about this card. It's so weird. You will dispel the confusion, if you're having it right now, when you choose the right people to be around with. I think that some of their energy is kind of confusing you, and maybe it's their own path, their own indecisions. You remember in the beginning that I said that the other person was kind of half in, half out, and that was confusing for you. So once you are around people who are more sure of where they're going, who have a really clear vision and a direction, I think you'll be kind of like inspired by them. You will see clearly if you are around people who are very decisive about what they want. So I would say that this is a time when you are wrapping up a phase in your life where you are accepting certain things in relationships, work relationships or friendships or even romantic ones. And you are now choosing something very different and choosing to be around something very different. And that will make a world of difference also in your own inner life and the way you use your resources and your time, because the people who you choose to be around with will also trigger a lot of fresh energy in you. So definitely changing your social circle or your work surroundings, moving to a different place, or just being more accustomed to specific places. I don't know why, like choosing a different path to work and using a different route, just using a different, changing some habit, changing a habit, and that will also change the course of your life. And it's going to have a really big impact in your energy, in your energy levels, in your motivation, because you are kind of leaving behind this indecision, this indecisive person, or this there's a kind of a chaotic energy, I feel like, in this person's mind, and it's not useful for you. It's not what you need. You need to be very practical, and you need to know where to put your foot next. That's the after, after what comes after this. So you will establish that territory and that fertile ground. It's like being somewhere very, very fertile and being received by people who are also aware of your skills and your potential, your energy. Beautiful. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very, very soon. Bye. Pile number, oh, excuse me. Sometimes it's so hard, my voice. Pile number 2. I'm so sorry. There's a lot of dust in the air, so my voice gets really raspy. So sorry for that. So let's see what is now wrapping up in your life. and a sneak peek into what's next. Okay. Let's see. What is the mission that you're now completing in your life? And what do your spirit guides want to tell you about that? And also about what is maybe starting right after you wrap this up. Okay, let's start with the fairies. Oh, wow. Fairy godmother. Okay. And, oh, sorry, I had to cover this. We have Iris of the Rainbows and the Singer of Initiation. Wow. So there's a lot of energy of a new beginning here and what comes after. I feel like you were in a phase in your life where there was kind of a stormy phase. And you were kind of eager to see the end of it, although you were protected and guided the whole time. And I feel like you had to go through some pain to come to where you are right now. And I'm feeling like I should be proud of what I have endured and how far I have come. Indecision with Venus in Libra. Originality with Mercury in Aquarius. And affair with Mercury in Leo. Sorry, Venus in Leo. This is Venus. Yeah. Okay. Rich, good gentleman. The focus today is very difficult. Sorry for that. Rich girl. So we have the couple here. And gloomy thoughts. Yeah. So this seems to me like a relationship, a romantic relationship. And I feel like someone really had to think out of the box to arrive at a peaceful agreement about something. I also feel like you're being guided into a new relationship. Maybe it's something that you thought would never happen. It can be a renewal of vows also. But there was a bumpy ride. You see the waves, the ocean is really choppy, and I feel like there was a storm. But you were guided the whole time. It's like this, either it's a relationship that had to endure, that had to weather the storm, and it's now starting a new chapter, or this is a completely new relationship that is now starting after a period of trial, of being tested, or of being kind of averting really bad relationships, like dodging a lot of bullets. You know, sometimes the things that come up in our life are not really good for us, and we just have to say no. And that's tough because maybe we are in a period of our lives where we want to say yes, and we need, you know, companionship, or we need a relationship and we want it, but sometimes the right person just takes their time, and it's this balance between what is happening and what you really, really need. Okay, let's see what the tarot has to say. So we have Justice and the Chariot. Three of Cups. So whatever you're, whatever you went through, it's really leading you to a really successful connection. Wow, the Empress. And I wanted to clarify this affair card. And yeah, it's not at all as kind of superficial as just affair. Affair here is really that dynamic, the beautiful dynamic, the beautiful play, the lila, right? The game that goes on between two lovers. I feel like this is a romantic reading. It's very loving. I feel like there's a lot of sweetness here, and maybe this is also someone who you have known for quite a while. It's possible that you have been trying to get together, and maybe things are just, it just didn't work out, or something is being revived here. Something is being really guided. It's something so, it's like fated and guided. So interesting. Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords. That's the renewal, I feel like. Either it's a renewal of vows, or it's I also feel like words, the words that are said are really sweet and heartfelt, and it's a big change because maybe you've been through a period where harsh words might have been spoken, or there was a lot of isolation, or that's the change here that I see. The big change. It's like being involved in sweet, it's like an interchange of sweet words, sweet, also like gifts. I also feel like chatting online, or chatting, you know, on the phone, or just that day-to-day, more mundane, those moments that are very simple, they're very pleasurable. Knight of Swords. Yeah, the messages, the words, the Emperor. I mean, you have the Emperor and the Empress. This is really a couple. This is a couple, a masculine and feminine, whatever, however it applies. Queen of Swords. It's very, very appealing, very sweet, very natural. And it's after, I don't know, yeah, why? Is there any advice here? And where is this going? Oh. We have the Fool. I think you have like an invitation to spontaneity, to be spontaneous, to be wild, Temperance, and to also to be involved, in this, to let yourself be involved. Although there's this ambiguity here also, or paradox between being quite crazy or just very spontaneous or doing things on a whim, and just going with your gut feelings and not really thinking about the consequences, and balancing that with your knowledge and with the experience that you had before, and knowing that there's a certain, like, there's a spiritual consequence to everything that you do, but also be spontaneous. Wow. The Seven of Wands. I think that there's the danger here that you are repressing something, maybe repressing your feelings, hiding your feelings. And I think that this reading is coming to you so that you try to find creative ways to address these blocks, to address this pressure that you might put upon yourself to be in a certain way, to act a certain way. The Wheel, and that's what's changing. That's going to change. And you're blessed the whole way. This is really meant to be. And yeah, this is a beautiful reading. If it's a romantic one, this is the best romantic reading I think I have ever done. And it's just such a beautiful, grounded, well-rounded energy, like two very accomplished personalities, balanced. They have gone through a lot, they know a lot, and they have a lot to share with each other. They're on the same kind of level. They understand very well what they're doing to each other. And yeah, this is really, really nice. And I think it's going to feel like a breath of fresh air for some of you who might have been through painful relationships, painful breakups, but also long periods of loneliness. That's more like what I feel, like being protected from maybe pathological relationships, being alone, even in relationships, like being alone in a relationship also, because you were kind of guarding yourself, or spirit was trying to guard you from pain or from depression. I feel like there was a cloud that was around you, and that's now changing because the storm is ending and you can see the rainbow. You can see the end of the storm, and that's what's now ending for you. That's the period of loneliness or really unpleasant relationships. This is so beautiful because I really feel like there's really nothing you can do that will change this. This is very, very meant to be. And you have to live this as if it was meant to be, because you will create unnecessary resistance and pressures that will hide your feelings or just kind of suppress your emotions. And I feel like you need to kind of release them and have fun and let go, because the spiritual part of this whole process is always there to give that grounding, to give you that more down to earth feeling. Very, very beautiful. Kind of exciting, but also relaxing at the same time. So beautiful reading. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 3. Let's see what is now wrapping up in your life, and also a sneak peek about what is starting. Okay, this is too much, but hey, I am going with the flow. So what is now ending in pile number 3's life, and what new possibilities are becoming available. Okay, let's start with the fairies. We have the Rar. Spirit Dancer. The Lady of the Harvest. Okay. Sorry about the focus, but it's very dark and it's hard today. Okay, I have to cover this. To Bar of the Waters, just give me a moment. Okay. Lady of the Harvest and to Bar of the Waters. I feel like maybe this is the other way around. Okay. We have bereavement. And pleasant letter. Great. Enthusiasm with the Sun in Sagittarius, and flattery with Venus in Gemini. Okay, I think I'll get some more information. This one is a little bit more cryptic than the other piles. I feel like something you went through that wasn't understood, or completely, there wasn't a full grasp on a situation, and it was because it wasn't really grounded in reality, or it wasn't really grounded in anything that was on the surface, let's say, or that was made apparent. And something is now going to be made apparent, something. So you're now getting the news, you're now getting the information, you're now getting the full picture of something. Or not just the full picture, but more like the product, the real product of something. You are understanding. And I think that maybe you are getting that information through a letter. It's something that will change your emotional state. Let me just confirm something. Okay, Queen of Cups. Six of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. And Seven of Cups. Doesn't really fit here. Okay. So what is this letter about? The Hermit. Ten of Pentacles. The Hanged Man. And the Sun. So you're going from being, I think, confused, feeling like you don't really know what to choose or what path to take or even how to feel. Going from that to knowing exactly what position to take towards a situation. Knowing exactly the next move, right? What is my next move? Like, that's why I'm feeling like someone who is trying to see through confusion and is trying to strategize and build a set of steps that would take you towards an objective. But it's like you were even unclear about what was the objective before you got this message. And you're going to get this, it's going to be really positive. It's like you thought you were losing. You thought you were having to give up something, on something, having to give up on something that you really loved. And you're getting the news that you are entitled to more, or that you are now able to build a strategy to know something more, to understand something much more profoundly, so that you can write another story, build another strategy, have a completely different approach. Very, very interesting. So, can we please clarify a little bit more about the bereavement? Again, you have Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, and Seven of Swords. This is, to me, not really having the full picture, not having all the information, misunderstanding, not having the useful parts. It's like getting the useless parts of something. Getting the fluff, or being deceived. Being deceived. Being deluded. No, I feel like it's more like being deceived. Missing the point. And you're getting to the point because of this letter, because of this message. So more about the message. So when are you getting that message? What is the content? The Five of Swords. Oh, wow. I feel like you're getting this message really quickly. It's like a matter of hours, maybe? Eight of Cups. And the Knight of Swords. It's like it's someone who is complaining, and it's about a complaint. I don't know why I feel like this. Someone complaining, someone whining, someone not whining with no reason, just someone kind of lamenting. That's how I'm listening to a voice that's lamenting, that is heavy hearted, that is unhappy with something, deeply, deeply unhappy with something. But it's something that will release you and make you, set you free. So strange. Yeah. Nine of Cups. There's a really paradoxical thing here where you feel like bad news to someone is really good news to you. Oh, the Judgment card. This is heavy energy. It can be collective also. It can be someone who is like missing an opportunity, and you know that because of this person missed this opportunity, in using a certain collective energy, you will get that opportunity. Or it's this is really strange to say it like this, but it seems like maybe someone else's tragedy is going to really benefit you. So it's like everything in life has two sides, and you are getting the best side in this situation. And it's not the defeat of the other that is going to make you happy, but it's the possibilities that come from that, which is really interesting. It can even be like something in politics, or in your, like in something legal in your country that changes, and because that person loses, you know that your specific group or that your specific institution or company is going to benefit greatly from this. Maybe some sort of investment, because Lady of the Harvest here, sometimes I get this like investment feeling from her, like you put in something, you get a reward for that. So the return on the investment, if you want to have this more like business talk, let's say. So you are reaping the rewards of your investment. You are getting the good news that someone is losing and you are winning because of that. And that's really simple. This is really, really simple. And this is going to give you closure. This is going to end a specific period in your life and to start a new one where you will build. What will it build? Let's get the sneak peek into. Oh, Six of Wands, victory. It will really give you that feeling of being victorious, of winning. Oh, wow. The Nine of Swords. I think you're really overcoming a lot of anxiety with this. Princess of Cups. You know what I get with this is that because of this win, you will stop having so much anxiety, and you will start having a vision for your future, a vision with which you can engage emotionally, like you get invested emotionally in something. There's enthusiasm. So finally you get to invest your heart and soul and, sweat and tears into something without the anxiety and the uncertainty. Like, is this the right thing to do? Is this like, I don't feel insecure. I feel really powerful. Like I was right. I was right to do this. I bet on the right horse, let's say. I made the right bet. Queen of Discs or Pentacles. I think, yeah, you're going to build your vision for the future. You will have the opportunity and the resources to materialize that vision. Wow. Princess of Swords. I feel like this is going to be really fast. Really, really fast. You're getting this message. Maybe this is through like online communication. This is like a news that it's coming, and it's really like vindicating you. You are really vindicated here, and also you are going to benefit financially. I feel like from this, there's a lot of material potential here. There's a lot of harvesting here, and there's a big change in your emotional state because you are stabilizing your emotions. I feel like you're leaving behind a lot of confusion and maybe even like brain fog, anxiety, possibly depressive thoughts about the future, like this feeling like what comes next, like I can't make a good decision because I am unsure, I am so unstable. And this is going to end because someone else will lose. So yeah, or recognize defeat. Someone recognizes defeat. There's sadness, there's depression on the other side, but there's this feeling of kind of hopelessness, like finally throwing in the towel. But quickly this will turn around into something, would turn into something great for you. That's really, yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So I don't know what this is. Maybe something in the collective, something in the news, something in the world news. I don't know where you are in the world right now and how you are specifically affected by this, but I think that you will benefit tremendously from this. So interesting. Beautiful reading. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye bye.